Welcome to the Live Wealthy podcast with Dawn, where we are growing our wealth and our worth at the same time. You ready? Let's go. Well, hey, my name is Dawn. I'm a certified financial planner, the country's first behavioral financial advisor, and I run and own a multi-million-dollar wealth advisory firm called WELLthy Financial Group, where we do comprehensive wealth planning. We have investment management, we have a tax team, a service team, and we give fiduciary financial advice. And on this episode today, I'm talking about the concept around what it really means to live wealthy and the signature process that I go through with my clients. That's a proven framework to help you align, build, and protect your wealth. And the signature process is called Own It, Earn It, and Grow It. We're owning our wealth, we're earning our wealth, and we're growing our wealth so we can spend, save, and share it. And this concept of own it, earn it, and grow it is really the live wealthy concept that I talk about all the time. Living well, W-E-L-L, with your money. It's really about being wealthy with both your time and your money. And when you become wealthy with your time and your money, you're able to properly align, build, and protect your wealth. And on today's episode, I'm talking about the own it section. So how do we own our wealth? It's the first process. It's the first step in this signature process in this framework that I work with clients. And own it really comes down to having clarity and control over your life. Clarity is when we have clarity, we have a clear direction on where we're going and actually being able to control our finances and our life. There's so many things that we don't have control over in life, but we can control our assets and our life when we own our wealth. And I'll tell you this, owning your wealth is really about properly aligning your money to your core values. And when you properly align your money to your core values, you actually finally have enough money, enough life. And when you own your wealth, it's about this proper alignment. Because I'm telling you, you cannot have lasting wealth. You cannot build lasting wealth if you don't understand what you're building your money for. Let me say that again. You cannot build lasting wealth if you don't know what you're building your money for. So owning it is this first step. And in own it, if we're aligning our values to our money so we have enough, there's two steps under owning your wealth. So these first two steps, the first one is really about owning your core values. It's about identifying your core values and understanding what is really essential in your life. And when you fully understand what's essential and your needs, meeting your needs in your life, you build the proper wealth around those needs and you spend the proper time in alignment with your core values. And this all comes down to making the right type of decisions with your money. So many times, us as humans, we just chase more income, more wealth. We chase more and more and more without taking a step back and understanding the why around the chase. And when we don't take a step back and understand the why around the chase, we end up never having enough. And never having enough money creates us to live life with anxiety, angst, depression, numbness, all of the yucky, the gross emotions that we don't want to live with. So we have to take a step back and own our wealth. So we have to identify these core values because it helps us make really smart, sound, intellectual financial decisions. So what am I talking about? identifying your core values. So let me give you an example. So my top 5 core values that I've identified that are essential to me living my life in order are the following: spirituality, health, relationships, excitement, and achievement. Those are my top 5 core values. So, what do I mean when I'm saying align my money to my core values? So, what the first step is identifying your top 5 core values. But then what you have to really ask yourself is, when you have your top 5 core values, and mine again, spirituality, health, relationships, excitement, and achievement. What I then ask myself is, how am I spending my time and my money in alignment with my values? And where am I falling short with both my time and my money? Do I need to spend more time in a certain core value? Should I be spending more money, or would I feel more fulfilled if I had more money to spend on this core value? What I found is sometimes core values, we all want to spend our time in all of our top 5 core values, but sometimes core values cost us money, and sometimes they actually help us earn more money. So my core value of achievement, which is number 5, actually helps me make that core value actually supports me in earning more money. So I ask myself, should I be spending more time in my achievement core value and or more money? Well, obviously I work full time, obviously. And so I'm spending plenty of time in my core value of achievement. Do I need to spend more money to achieve? No, it actually helps me make more money. So that core value actually is satisfied with my time and my money. But what about spirituality? What about health? What about relationships? What about excitement? Like, I have to ask myself, do I need to be spending more time and or money in some of these core values? And what I find is that when I become nasty, when I become a bitch, is because I'm misaligned with my values at that point in my life. So if I'm unhappy, if I'm unsettled, if someone calls me a bitch, which I can be a bitch, we all can be a bitch. If I'm like angry or fearful, it's because I'm out of alignment. And so I go, do I need to spend more time in my spirituality? Do I need to spend more time with my health? Do I need to spend more time in my relationships? And many times it's yes, I'm not spending enough time. So what I ask myself then is, not only after I identify my core values, and I ask myself if I'm spending enough time and or money on those values, and if I'm not, what would a perfect day or a perfect week look like if I was fully in alignment with those values? Should I be spending more time, or should I be spending more money in those core values? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your after tax income, whether it's your income or your household income. I want you to take your after tax, and after you're saving, like how much money are you saving for your future? And I want you to get that net dollar amount. I call that the true net amount of money that you have coming into your household. That true net amount is after savings and after you've paid your tax bill, then you have money flowing into your household. And what I want you to do then is apply the simple 80-20 rule to that, where 80% of your money is spent on all the things it takes to run your life, and 20% of your net income after tax and savings is spent on your core values. Okay. So let me give you an example. Let's say you have a $300,000 after saving, after tax equals net income, real net income. Let's say you have $300,000 of household real net income coming into your household, and that's annualized. And then you take that times or divided by 12, then that equals $25,000 a month that you have in this example to spend on everything. Well, out of that $25,000, then a month, 20% of that, or $5,000 a month, is what you should be able to spend guilt-free on your core values. Like, you come up with your top 5 core values. If you're married, your spouse's top 5 core values, and now you have $5,000 a month or $60,000 a year to spend on the things that matter most in your life. So what I would ask you, right, is that enough money? Is that support? Is that enough money for you to fully live out your core values? Do you have enough time in your day or your week to fully live out your time in your core values? And if the answer is no, you need to figure out, where is the gap? Like, are you missing out? Like when I do this for my own self, like, I should be spending 1 hour a day in my spiritual core value. Does that mean, am I doing that? If I'm not, there's a gap. Am I fully giving 10% of my income to tithing and giving that away to charity or to church? If I'm short on that, then no. Like, where is the gap? What about health? Am I spending an hour a day? I say an hour a day on my health. If I'm not, then why am I not doing that? Where am I wasting my time? And do I have enough money to spend on my health? Like, where am I falling short? Do I want to hire a personal trainer? Do I want to, well, like, what do I want to do? Where do I need to up my game on my health? And how do I have enough time and money to be able to fully live out that core value? And if the answer is no, then I have to ask myself, well, where do I need to, like, where's that gap? How much time? Like, where's that time gap? Where's that money gap? And where do I need to make changes in my life? Do I need more income? Do I need to reduce my expenses? Like, what do I need to do to fill that gap? Because I want you to fully understand this, that your core values are your needs as a human being. We all have the right to meet our needs, and our needs are not just food and shelter. You guys, our needs are our core values. And if you're fully not living out those core values based on how you spend your time and your financial resources, there's a misalignment. And that misalignment needs to be addressed. So where is that misalignment? And how do we address that? And so that's super, super important, is to really look at not just understanding your core values, but understanding how you're spending your time and your money around those core values. And what you might need to do is take the meaning behind your core values. And for me, what does excitement mean to me? And then taking the meaning behind excitement and applying, am I getting enough excitement in my life? And am I spending enough time and my financial resources to feel fulfilled and satisfied? Okay. So identifying your core values is the first step in owning your wealth. The second step then is owning your wealth number. Owning your number, owning your enoughness. Like, how much money is it going to take you to have enough for you to be able to live out your core values today and to be able to live out your core values for tomorrow? So how do we figure out our enoughness number, like knowing how to own our number? Well, what you need to do, again, is take this net number, this after tax and after savings number that you have coming in on a monthly basis. Earlier, I used the $300,000 income coming into the household, which is $25,000 a month. And then, so you have $25,000 a month coming into your household in this example of someone that has a net after tax and savings income of $300,000. Okay. And then you ask yourself, is that $25,000 enough to support your core value needs, 20% of your income on your core value needs? And is it enough for you to pay off or pay all the other expenses that you have in your life, your mortgage, your car, like everything, your insurance, everything? Is that enough money? And if it's not, per your core values, what you need to do is you need to increase what you need. Maybe you need more than $25,000 coming in on a monthly basis. Okay. Figure out what that number is. But in this scenario, then what I want you to do is take your after tax, after savings, which is called your net income number. Figure out what it is on a monthly basis today. What is the gap that you discovered in your core value planning? And then add those two numbers together and get your monthly amount. So for example, maybe you have $25,000 coming into your household every month, but you're like, gosh, I really need $5,000 more to fully live out my core values. Okay. So you take that $25,000 that's coming in plus $5,000. Now you get $30,000 a month. And what I want you to do is take that $30,000 a month in this example, or whatever your number is, take that times 12 to get your annualized number. Okay. Then what I want you to do is take that annualized number, just grab your phone and do the math in the calculator on your iPhone or whatever phone you have. And then what I want you to do is take that monthly expenditure number that you need to meet all of your needs and wants, and then take that times 12 to get your annualized number and divide it by 4%. That's all you do is divide it by 4%. And that's going to tell you your enoughness number, like how much money you need to support all your core values and your non-core values for today and the rest of your tomorrows. Okay. And you guys need to own that number. That number is going to be a huge number. And that number states that that's what you need today if you wanted to be financially independent today. If you wanted to retire today and make work optional, that's the amount of money you are going to need in your investment portfolio to be able to say, I'm done making income. And if there's a gap, then we need to figure out like what to do if you don't have that amount of money in your portfolio. And a little side note, that's the amount of money you're owning. That number, that big number you just calculated, is if you were to be financially independent today. If you said, frick you, I'm retiring, I'm done working today. Like if you told your employer, maybe your employer is yourself, you said, I'm done. That's the amount of money you need in the bank. That's if you're to say you're done today. Now, if you're going to say you're done in 10 years from now, let's say you're not going to retire for 10 years, that number's 20% higher. If you are going to retire 20 years from now, that number is 60% higher. It's a big number. I don't tell you this to scare you. I tell you this to be real, that we have to own our number if we want to become fully fulfilled in life. So is there a gap? If there's a gap, what do we need to do? Do you need to increase your savings? How much you're putting away? Do you need to increase the rate of return you're receiving on your investments? Do we need to increase our income? Do we need to lower our expenses? Maybe we need to do a combination of all of those things to be able to achieve your wealth number, your living wealthy number, to become wealthy with not just your money, but with your time as well. Okay? So, own it is about owning your values. It's about aligning your values to your time and your money. And it's about owning your enoughness number. And I'm going to encourage you today is to click on the core value exercise that we have linked below. It's on my Dawn Dahlby website, DAWNDAHLBY. We have a core value exercise. It's free. Pick out your top 5 core values. Have your significant other pick out his or her top 5 core values and come together with a spending and time plan of how you choose to spend your time and your money in alignment with those core values. And that's how you're able to live wealthy.